Hey guys, it's been a while, but I'm back to talk about Star Wars Battlefront because it was shown finally to the public last month at Star Wars Celebration. Everyone got to see this trailer you are seeing on screen right now, and those who were lucky enough to be attending Celebration got to see a 5 or 6 minute long gameplay video that was shown behind closed doors, and DICE has said it's never going to be released to the public. So we're never going to see that footage apparently. But EA has been holding playtests for a variety of games, including Battlefront, and I think I'm allowed to say I've taken part in one such playtest, but I cannot say anything else besides that. So let's talk about confirmed information regarding Star Wars Battlefront, because I can't get in trouble for that, at least. So the community around the Battlefront series has been a little freaked out lately because a lot of stuff has been confirmed to be either in the game or not in the game, and a lot of stuff that was in the previous games has already been confirmed that it's just not coming back, and that's kind of got people skittish because we haven't gotten like a full list of all the different game modes that are going to be coming into the new Battlefront, into DICE's Battlefront. So let's just kind of break down what information came out of Celebration. So multiplayer matches are going to hold between 8 and 40 players. We know of one game type, which is what is shown in the first portion of this trailer, Walker Assault. Instant action, campaign, and galactic conquest from the previous Battlefront games are out. Star Wars Battlefront missions are in. Now, per DICE, these missions can be played in single player, in local split screen, or in online co-op, which is a nice little touch for me personally. I think split screen is something that is just a fantastic feature. I was sad to see it kind of disappear last generation, and it's nice that I'm going to be able to sit down on the couch with a friend and play the game rather than us having to buy our own copies and play at our own houses despite the fact we live, 5 minutes away from each other. The game is also focusing on planetary combat, so no space battles, but dogfights in the atmosphere of the planets are present. They're shown in the trailer. You can see the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters going at it, and I will talk about that a little bit more later. There are also no classes the way they were in Battlefront 2. Instead, players are going to be able to customize their own loadouts. It allows more freedom in different playstyles and just kind of customizing to having your own unique thing. Again, it's hard to really say how that's going to impact the way the game plays because you just don't know how this game has been designed in regards to a class system yet. There are going to be power-ups available, such as the bubble shield and rocket launcher that were shown in the trailer. And apparently the hero system, it was recently confirmed that the hero system is returning, and it's going to work in a sort of power-up sort of way. I'm not sure about that. I don't really know the details, but it could be interesting. I think it's better than just awarding the hero to the best player on each team over and over and over again. That just kind of creates balance issues. Players will be able to freely switch between first and third person modes. That's confirmed. That's a very important thing. I think that was definitely one of the things that was most important for me in rebooting this series, and I think for a lot of people, because I preferred to play in third person. So being able to freely just swap right between the two whenever you want is fantastic. There's also no ammo for laser weapons, which sort of makes sense, they're lasers. Instead, there's a cooldown mechanic that can result in the weapon overheating and being unable to be fired for some time. Confirmed weapons and equipment include the DL-44 blaster made famous by Han Solo, the Ion Grenade, Ion Torpedo, and the E-11 and A-280 blast rifles are seen in the reveal trailer used both by Stormtroopers and Rebel soldiers. So that's just sort of like the quick details that came out of Celebration, but with a few other nuggets thrown in there. Some more information that has come out since is just a reconfirmation that AT-STs are playable in the game. People were kind of freaking out and speculating that a lot of the vehicles are on rails. No, all that's been said in regard to that so far is that AT-ATs are on rails during the Walker Assault game mode, and personally, that's not a huge loss to me. The AT-ATs in Battlefront 2, you can move them around, but they were effectively on rails. You were basically just moving them from one side of the Hoth map to the other to take out the shield generator, and there wasn't a whole lot of freedom of space. You are still able to control the turret and shoot the weapons on the AT-AT as far as I know, so that's more important to me, is I want to be able to sit in that thing and blow stuff away with it. That's more fun. But AT-STs are confirmed playable because people were freaking out saying they weren't. X-Wings and TIE Fighters were shown in the reveal trailer. Those are going to be playable. Apparently the Millennium Falcon's going to be playable on one of the, at least one of the planets. It was shown in that reveal trailer as well. And we also got an official map count. So Battlefront is launching with 12 multiplayer maps set on Tatooine, Hoth, Endor, and the never-before-seen planet of Sullust. At least never before seen in the new revamped canon since Disney's taken ownership of Star Wars. But talking about the canon is sort of that's another discussion for another time. Personally, I'm in favor for it because the expanded universe, while there were some cool ideas, it was sort of a jumbled mess of things, and there was some really bad stuff in there too. So having one unified canon that is managed by the Lucasfilm Story Group, as they're called, that's fantastic, in my opinion, but I'm getting off track. So Tatooine, Hoth, Endor, and Sullust. It's actually mentioned in Return of the Jedi. I rewatched the original trilogy recently, and I picked up on that. I never noticed it before. 2 more maps are also going to be made available shortly after launch with the free Battle of Jakku DLC. Jakku is a new planet that is being seen for the first time in Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. We've seen it in the trailers in a few brief glimpses, and this DLC is supposed to explain how that giant Star Destroyer that was crashed into the planet at the beginning of the second teaser, it's supposed to explain how that got there. So those are going to be out if you pre-order 2 weeks after launch. If you don't pre-order, you'll get it 3 weeks after. It's free for everyone. So some people are complaining about that, but that's just kind of the world you have to deal with when you have something that ties into a film like that. So there's a lot to really say about what's been seen so far. Space battles aren't a huge loss to me, as I didn't enjoy them much in Battlefront 2. Every map was really functionally identical, and it was just kind of really static. I wasn't a fan of that. Plus, it meant we lost dogfighting on the planetary maps. So I'm looking forward to getting that back, and hopefully, whether it's via DLC or in a sequel, DICE will be able to nail those space battles better than Pandemic did. The loss of the Clone Wars is a bit more hurtful to me, as the animated series has sort of piqued my interest in that time period again. I've been watching that recently, and it's much better done than the prequel movies. And of course, in that reveal trailer, the graphics look stunning. I'm fully expecting that scanning in the actual props and locations from the films is going to pay off in a huge, huge way in terms of an extremely high level of authenticity. And that goes for the sound design as well, having the actual sound effects from the film, and then of course John Williams' score playing in the background. All these things combined to make it feel like Star Wars. I mean, Battlefront did a very good job of capturing that authenticity, but there were still sounds that was like, they were sound-alikes. You could tell that's close to what you hear in the movie, but not quite. So getting to see like the actual props scanned in there and hearing the actual sounds that were used in the films is fantastic, and that's gonna, like I said, that's gonna contribute massively to the authenticity of this game, and that's a major plus for me personally. So that's it. That's all I gotta say on Battlefront right now. That's the news breakdown. I'm sure you've heard it from many other places, but I threw some of my own thoughts in there, and of course I have to be very careful about what I say because I've signed an NDA. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see